Hey, hello there. How are you? Hope you are doing well. And we are back for another Monster Mania review. That is right. This movie that I'm going to talk about today is a little bit different than what I usually have been talking about. Normally, when it comes to Halloween and horror movies, I'm talking about things that have been around for a while. You know, the classics. Jason, Freddy. This movie, though, is fairly new, and most of you probably haven't heard of it, and I didn't either when I saw this when it first came out a couple weeks ago. But I gotta admit, it's pretty damn good, and I liked it. It made me think, which is not normal for a horror movie. Horror movies are for you to just sit down, watch people get cut up, and that's it. So as always, I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen it. I'll kind of give you a quick synopsis of what the movie is about, give you my quick rating, then I will start talking about spoilers so it's not ruined for anybody. No One Will Save You introduces Bryn Adams, a creative and talented young woman who's been alienated from her community. Lonely but ever hopeful, Bryn finds solace within the walls of the home where she grew up, until she's awakened one night by strange noises from decidedly unearthly intruders. What follows is an action-packed face-off between Bryn and a host of extraterrestrial beings who threaten her future while forcing her to deal with her past. So before I get into the synopsis of this movie, really quick, I want to talk about the director, Brian Duffield. Never heard of him before, so when I did a little bit of research and looked into what he had done in the past, I was actually a little surprised that I liked this movie considering some of the other things that he's done. Most of these movies that he was involved with, he was either a screenwriter or executive producer or whatever. The main one that stood out where he was a producer was Cocaine Bear, which I have heard terrible things about. And I know for a fact that there are going to be a lot of people that did not like this film whatsoever. I hate to say this, but there's a lot of people out there that don't like when movies make you think. They want to be told exactly what is going on, spelled out in big giant letters, right? They don't want to use their brains whatsoever. So the fact that it's not explaining everything up front, I understand why some people may not like this film. So real quick, just to kind of give you my rating out of a 10 scale, I would probably put this at a 6 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought it was fun. It made me think. It was different. I didn't mind the look of the alien. I didn't mind the story, the plot. And again, I personally enjoyed what they did with the ending. Did it get a little bit repetitive? Yes. But overall, I enjoyed it. I recommend you checking it out and let me know in the comments after you've seen it, what you thought about it, and if you agree or disagree that it's a good movie. So getting into spoiler territory, a lot of people were complaining that there was like barely any type of dialogue whatsoever, and you're just kind of watching this woman live her daily life and see how things are unfolding. I didn't have a problem with that at all. I will say this, the movie does keep you hooked. At the very beginning of the movie, she's isolated. You clearly know that she lost somebody very special to her. We don't know why. They do a really good job setting up some unknowns that you can tell, okay, we're going to learn this stuff as the movie goes forward. It's not that slow to begin with. It's just kind of a normal setup. And then once the alien does the kind of home invasion, so to speak, man, it's a roller coaster after that. Especially the first scenes where the alien is introduced to the house and kind of she's creeping through the house. You're seeing what she's seeing, so you're only getting some minor glimpses of the alien and what it looks like, and the slow reveal of this thing. When you see the feet and it looks like fingers and they're walking around, that was creepy and weird. I didn't have a problem with the way this damn thing looked. I know some people did. Honestly, after I saw the reveal of the alien, it reminded me of an American Dad episode when Roger was robbing Jeff in the hallways of the house. It was the other alien that they introduced, because there's different types. This like spider looking thing, which was, it's not really a spoiler anyway, it's in the trailer. That was creepy as hell, not gonna lie. And I do like the fact that this woman is a fighter, you know? I don't think it was anything too over the top. I thought it was really smart with like the boiling water scenes where she was fighting it off with that. When she accidentally killed the first one and she was face to face with it, that was pretty freaking cool. And you know, as the movie goes on, you see what is happening, that basically the town and everything is getting taken over. This is a world invasion of aliens, and she is just trying to survive throughout this going on. She sees people are being kind of taken over, very invasion of the body snatchers, and they try really hard to get this woman. That gross thing that gets into her mouth, which was pretty nasty, I'm not gonna lie. As these aliens are trying to capture her, and as she keeps fighting them off and killing off some of these aliens, you could tell when they finally catch her, right? They're like, we need to see what makes this girl tick. So we see her beamed up to the ship, they're digging into her brain, and that's when we find out how she accidentally killed her best friend as a kid. A little extreme, I think, as a kid. You know, you get into an argument with your friend and you pick up a rock and smash her in the head. Like, that's it's been a little crazy there, but I think this girl's a little crazy. Anyway, the ending I thought was really cool. She wakes up, she's riding into town, it looks like, and she sees all these people and they're waving at her, and you could tell they're still under the control, and all the townspeople are laughing, they're having a party, they're dancing, right? And she's smiling, happy, and basically what happens is the aliens make the life what she wants. When they went into her brain and they saw her past and they see what she's desiring, basically, if we give you the world that you want, maybe you won't resist us. And that's essentially what happened. So with what the aliens were able to create for her, she was happy with. And she was miserable before. She was isolated, no one would talk to her. She was writing letters to her dead friend, right? Now, she is a part of the community again. And when they pan up and you still see the flying saucers all over the place, that's the illusion, like, yeah, well, this is the world now. I like that it was different. It wasn't like a happy ending. It was for her, but not for the rest of the world. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like I said, a lot of cool moments. As you can see, if you go over like to Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score, not the critics, because we don't care about them. A lot of people aren't liking this. I can understand why, because like I said earlier, a lot of people don't like to think and they want it spelled out what exactly happens. When you leave things open-ended, a lot of people aren't happy about that. If you've seen this movie, let me know in the comments below. Did you like it? What are your thoughts? Because I am interested in what the audience thinks about this. I know not everybody's the same, and this is definitely not everyone's cup of tea, so I'm interested to see what you guys think. So thank you, as always, for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Stay tuned for some more reviews coming out very soon, and I will see you guys at the next one.